All right, let's just jump right in. You know the feeling. You're busy, you're productive. I mean, you end the day, your inbox is at zero, your to-do list is just a sea of check marks. So why is it when Friday rolls around, you look back and feel like you've just been running in place? In this explainer, we're going to get to the bottom of that. We're going to talk about how to transform that feeling of frantic, busy days into weeks that are genuinely productive and meaningful. It's the big question, isn't it? This weird disconnect between all the effort we pour into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the actual, tangible progress we see at the end of it all. It's like you've perfected the art of winning the day, but somehow you keep losing the war of the week. And here's the absolute first thing you need to hear. That feeling, that ache, it's not on you. You're not lazy, you're not unfocused. The problem is the system most of us have been taught to use. It's a system that's fantastic for taking off daily tasks, but it completely falls apart when it comes to building real, weekly momentum. So let's put on our detective hats and diagnose this thing. We're going to shine a light on this invisible force that causes that weekly ache so we can finally, understand what we're really up against. Turns out there's a name for this. It's called productivity myopia, and it is a real, scientifically backed cognitive bias that is literally wired into our brains. We're built to see the tree that's right in front of us, that urgent email, that last-minute request, and in doing so, we become completely blind to the entire forest of our most important long-term goals. This really brings us to a crucial question about the two roles we can play. Are you the bricklayer? The person meticulously placing each brick one by one, just hoping a wall eventually appears. Or are you the architect, the one who designs the whole blueprint first? See, the architect knows exactly what the finished building is going to look like before a single brick is even laid. The whole game is shifting from being a bricklayer for your day to becoming the architect of your week. Now, that bricklayer mindset, it leads us straight into three hidden traps. I like to think of them as the three villains that are constantly sabotaging our weeks. And once we can name them, well, then we can defeat them. First up, we've got the domino effect. Oh, you know this one. You've got a perfect plan for Monday morning, but then one urgent fireside email comes in at 8:55 a.m. and it knocks over your first task. And because your system has zero resilience, that one little domino toggles Tuesday's plan, which then crashes right into Wednesday until your entire week is just a pile of rubble. Villain number two is the context switch tax. This is what happens when you wake up every single morning and ask yourself, okay, what's the most important thing for me to do today? That question forces you to reevaluate your entire universe from scratch every single day. That constant churn of reprioritizing, it burns a massive amount of mental energy. Energy you should be spending on doing the work, not just deciding what the work is. And finally, there's the progress blind spot. Your to-do list is basically a magnet for loud, urgent stuff, emails, meetings, the things that scream for your attention. But the quiet, deep, strategic work, the stuff that actually moves the needle on your biggest goals, it just gets pushed aside, day after day. You can end up having a week jam-packed with checked boxes, but you've made zero real progress on what truly matters. So, how do we escape these traps? It's pretty simple, actually. We change our identity. We have to stop being reactive task managers and start becoming proactive week architects. Let's look at how this one shift in mindset helps us build a whole new operating system for how we work. And the shift it's profound. A task manager is always reactive, just laying bricks as they come. But a week architect, they're proactive. They design the blueprint first. They're not just managing tasks, they're building real, sustained momentum toward a clearly defined outcome. It's a complete change in perspective. So this new identity, it needs a new tool. And here it is, the weekly win protocol. Think of it as a simple but really powerful 30-minute session you do just once a week to intentionally design the 7 days ahead. This becomes your blueprint. Now, at the very heart of this protocol is the 3-circle alignment. The inner circle, that's for your immovables, things like fixed meetings and, this is crucial, your sacred rest time. The outer circle is for everything else, your giant to-do list. But the magic, the real game changer, happens right there in the middle circle. Your weekly wins. These are the 3 to 5 key outcomes that will define whether or not your week was a success. And I can't stress this enough, this is the most important distinction you can make. Wins are outcomes, they are not tasks. A task is work on the project proposal. A win is complete the first draft of the project proposal. See the difference? One is vague and it's kind of endless. The other is a concrete, measurable victory that makes the entire week feel like a success. And here's the secret weapon that makes this whole system actually work in the real world: flex blocks. These are empty 60 to 90-minute blocks of time you intentionally schedule into your week. Think of them as shock absorbers for your schedule. When that Monday morning crisis hits, you don't have to derail your whole plan. You simply move that task into a flex block. The domino never, ever falls. Okay, so how do we actually put all this together? Let's walk through the simple, totally actionable ritual that is going to become the blueprint for your winning week. So, every Sunday, you're going to run this 30-minute session. It's so easy. First, a 15-minute review of last week. Just think, keep, stop, start. What worked, what didn't, what are you going to try next week? Then, you take 10 minutes for your 3-circle alignment to lock in your wins. And finally, the last 5 minutes, you just open your calendar and you schedule those wins and your flex blocks like they are the most important appointments of your week. Because frankly, they are. And this isn't just some one-off plan. It's a full-on operating system for your week. You've got your big strategy session on Sunday, then each morning, a quick 5-minute launchpad alignment to set your mission for the day, and a super important 10-minute tune-up on Wednesday to adjust your sails and stay on course. It creates this amazing rhythm that keeps you focused. And that's really the core philosophy here. This is not another productivity hack designed to cram more stuff into your day. No, it is a system designed to ensure that the work you are doing is the work that actually matters. It's about replacing that feeling of exhaustion with a sense of fulfillment and real, tangible progress. So here's the challenge. This Sunday, just take 30 minutes. Hold your very first architect session. Design your week with intention. It is time to stop winning the days only to lose the week. Start winning your weeks, and I promise you, you will absolutely transform your entire year.